Welcome back to another Boss Katana Mark II tone tutorial. I'm Scott, you're watching Guitarnivore. Today we are doing Danzig's Twist of Cain off of the 1988 debut album of the same name, Danzig. And today I'm using a Epiphone SG Custom, same one you saw in the video. I should have bought a proper SG a long time ago because I really love this guitar. Plays great, has a very nice neck profile. But enough about that. Let's jump into it. You're going to find that this tone is very simple, and the song's simple too. If you're a beginner and you want to learn an easy song, there is no leads or anything complicated in this song. You could probably learn to play it in an hour if you have the basic aptitude of playing guitar. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, let's get into it. Enough talking. So our effects chain right here, I'm using chain 2-2 because I have a light compressor in front of the booster. I've got the amp set on crunch with the gain at 49, the volume at 77, bass at 53, mids at 60, and 65 on the treble. I'm using the vintage cabinet resonance at 57 on the presence. Coming over to our booster, I'm using a warm overdrive. It's kind of a mystery what John Christ used on this song or on this album, or in general for that matter. Everybody knows he used a BC Rich Bitch, but as far as drive and all that, you can't really find a whole lot of information on it. So I've got the crunch, and this is what we're sounding like before we do anything. So let's turn the warm overdrive on. I've got the drive set at 27, tone at 10, bottom at 7, 58 on the effects level, and I've got the direct mix at 21. You can play with that. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it makes a little difference. So turn on the boost. That's going to be the hardest part of this song, is the pinch harmonics on the 7. So if you can learn that, you can learn the whole song. So we got the warm overdrive booster on, and for the mod, I just have a light compressor just to add some sustain, and I reduced the attack just a little bit because when you're doing the rhythm, I don't know if it's in the mix of the song or if they just turn the volume on, but when it goes into during the song, it's really light, so you just have to kind of learn to pick it lighter. And then it builds up. So it just might be a picking method, and it might just, they might turn it down in mix. I know during the video I should have probably turned the guitars down a little bit more in the mix. I did double track the guitars just to give it a richer, thicker sound to it, but I think I had the volume on the guitars up a little too much. Let's turn on that compressor and hear it now. As far as the effects go, I just have that, and I had this room reverb. I've got the reverb time set at 1.8 seconds, 43 milliseconds on it. I kept the high cut and low cut flat. Density, I left it right at 5 as it was, and I just very subtly turned it up to 11. So it just adds just a little touch of reverb. You can play with that too if you want to. And I've got a couple EQs set here. I've got a Parametric EQ amp out, plus 6 decibels on the low, 0 on the mid gain, 63 on the low cut hertz, and 500 hertz on the mid frequencies. I've got the low mid Q on 1, plus 3 on the mid gain, 1.6 on the mid high frequency, and then I've got the high mid Q at 4, high gains at plus 2, and high cut is at 5, and the level is at plus 2. Now, as far as graphic equalizer here, I'm just going to leave this here for a second. I'll let you take a look at it. I do have it as amp in, and just kind of play with it a little bit and figure it out where it was. Pause it, set the EQ up here. If you have a noise suppressor, or if you want to use a noise suppressor, you can bump this up a little bit. So let's hear how we're sounding now. Well, before the EQ. You heard it before the EQ. And let's turn on the parametric EQ. And now let's turn on the graphic EQ. You don't hear a whole lot of difference with the graphic EQ, but it is there. Now, if you're wondering about EQs, check out Mason V's EQ video on the psychedelic channel. I'll link it down below or pin it in a comment or something. That's great. I learned a lot from that one, and it helps out immensely when you're using a parametric EQ and the graphic EQ. So that's where we are at right now. All set up. Let's hear it. And there you have it. There is one more patch in this live set that you can download, and it's for Mother. I was working on it. I'm not too confident in it. I'll change over to it real quick. So it's there. It's ballparkish, like I said. I wasn't too confident in that one. I was mainly working on Twist of Cain. You might be able to use the Twist of Cain patch for pretty much any song on the album. Maybe, maybe not. But give it a shot. Download it. Let me know what you think of it. And if you like this video, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, as always, subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Took good stand.